Thank you. I am your just a co-worker in government, pareho lang tayong lahat. Nagtatrabaho para sa bayan natin. So I'd like to make the acknowledgements, Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, Secretary Hermogenes Esperon, Lieutenant General Eduardo Anyo, and the Major Service Commanders, Police Director General Ronald de la Rosa, awardees of the first PRRD Fellowship Golf Tournament, fellow workers in government, my beloved countrymen. As I have said, maybe you'd want to visit Davao. If things goes well with our country, and I hope it will, I will pray for it, para hindi masyado magulo in the coming years and the coming days in our lives. We think of our families and our children. That is the very thing that bugs us whenever we go out to work. Ganon, it's always the family. And as I've said, if there's anything that you cannot solve by yourself and cannot be solved by the command, you can go direct to me. That is the same the statement that I made, especially sa mga wounded personnel. I will give them a party. Lahat, lalo na yung disabled, maybe towards the end of the month. I'm so busy, but they will also have my salute for being there in such a state and for fighting for the country. I'd like to make the rounds, or I'd invite them all for a dinner, just the last time. And ang sa Valor, I was able to wrangle something like 75 sa Cebu. Increase of 75,000. From 25 to 75. Yun ang request ni General Ortiz, and I told the budget to please find money. And we had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, actually. I released 1 billion to those people holding mga resita ngayon na walang mabibili. Marami dito sa ating kababayan magkasakit na may resita ang doktor and they cannot buy it. So for this month, and hopefully every month, I will release 1 billion for those who cannot afford hospitalization or may mga maintenance. Yung sa gobyerno, madali lang. Sa inyo, you can just bulbong. I would have enough funds really. If wag lang gastusin na iwaldas. And I also released 1 billion to the drug addicts who would need the medications. Usually niyan, yung mga tranquilizer and everything, it's quite expensive. But since I do not have as yet the rehab centers, because wala akong budget niyan, I was really grossly appalled upon my assumption to the presidency. And we started to squeeze the community. And to my horror, found out there were thousands, hundreds of thousands surrendering. And until now, I am nearing the count of 1 million again. Ito yung sa akin. Iba yung kay General Santiago, yung panahon niya sa PDEA. It's Sid La Peña now, there at the helm. And he gave me the figure of 900 something. I am sure, but before the end of the month, I would have breached the million mark again. We have to fight drugs. The single threat, actually, aside from the armed, the insurgents and all, the lawless elements, the singular thing that can really pull us down is drug, considering the 4 million addicts and they are spread all throughout the country. Kaya ayaw ko mang ipakita, pero you have to know. Napakita, alam ko nabigay ko na sa ito, but kuduso nun. Just to give you a visual problem ng bayan natin. This represents the drug industry in our country. Alam mo, little did we realize, thank you, puro pangalan yan, listahan yan. Andyan barangay captains, pati kagawad, municipal mayors. Meron yung mga police. There's a single threat of talagang it will pull us down. This 4 million would spread throughout the country. And I'm very sad that I was mayor in Davao. I did not realize that ganun kablala. But I was very strict. And some of you have been assigned to Davao. You know my character. I'm just one who's worked for government, from being a prosecutor. I'm just doing my work, trying to preserve my country. That is all there is to it. Sabi ko nga, na itong away natin I had a talk with the season last night, by the way. And I was talking about national liberation. Kaya ko na, yung nakikinig ako sa kanya noon. Then I said something about this, something about that, the release of prisoners. So I am awaiting the ceasefire agreement. Bring me the ceasefire agreement and I will release. Puro ito itong matatanda na to. These are the prisoners of yung mga NPAs na who had been there for 25, 30 years. And some of them are sick, and maybe I will consider humanitarian ground. Total, ang revised penal code, nagsabi naman 70 years old, you can petition to be out of prison. I hope it would hold. Kasi ang hiningi nila is no more, hindi ba talaga? Alam mo niya talaga I cannot share power with him. He knows that. But we can have a consultation every now and then about itong Indo. Ayaw ko man rin yan. I mean, they kept on complaining about the Indo. The first one to raise a howl about Indo is ako. You know, government spends money sa test na training the Filipino young. Paglabas niya, graduate, maghanap ng trabaho, ang field of specialization niya, carpentry, plumbing, or whatever. But if he's employed as a plumber, then the next time he is out without the benefits. Yan ang mahirap. So he would never, because maybe this time he'll be a carpenter or cargador, and he would never acquire the skills that we have poured money into for him to learn. So even going out of the country for employment, it says 3 to 5 years experience. Saan mo ilagay ang Pilipino niya? At sabihin mo, hindi ako, para dapat lahat makatikim ng trabaho. That's not the point. Kargo na natin yan. We have to improve the economy. I have to improve the country. We are hitting almost 7.9. The next is, I think, Cambodia 7.6. Or even, we have overtaken China. But these are not the things that we should be inordinately proud of. Because nation building is continuing, because the population is growing. Ang problema dito sa Pilipinas, we have breached also the 105 na tayo ngayon. And if we just keep on just with these programs of government, we have to reduce the population. Family planning. I'm not talking about abortion. I'm talking about family planning. Ayaw ng simbahan. So we are in a bind. Start something with an exchange of words and it becomes a heated one. Pareho kami ni Ramos. He has been calling my attention. Must have read it in the newspaper. Enforce the law sa family planning. And I mean, I was in Davao, nagpa-family planning na talaga ako. I paid the woman. Pag sabi ko, ilan ang anak mo? Sabi, 6-7 ay anak na. Sabi ko, maghanap ko ng trabaho, magpalaygit ka. I'll pay you, I'll pay the doctor, tapos bumalik ka dito. Just, you rest for 2 days. Talagang ini-enforce ko na. Marami akong sa drawer na pills. Binibigyan ko lahat doon, gamitin ninyo. But ang ano kasi is, that is also one of the things. I do not mean to offend the Christians here. That's a question of exacting obedience through fear. Maliit pa kasi tayo sinatantayan na ikaw, pag hindi ka sumunod sa pari, pupunta ka sa impyerno. Kaya po pagdating ng mga workers ko doon, sabi ko, bakit marami ang bata dito? Kasi sabihin mo na siya na takot man silang punta ng impyerno, sabi ng pari. Punta ng pari na. Sabi ko, mauna muna siya sa impyerno. Hirap na tayo dito. Kaya ganun. So if you can just reduce the population to a manageable level, not for me. I'm here, I'm just I'm there, passing by lang ako. As a matter of fact, I told the entire country, there is only one way we can reach an agreement in Mindanao. Believe me, I've been there. I grew up there. Alam mo, what is really happening there in Mindanao is nothing short of a Moro nationalism. Because they were there first. Pagdating na in Magellan, nandoon na sila. By almost 80 years, Islam took hold of Mindanao. Kaya hindi sila matalo-talo ng Espanyol, matatalo ng lumalaban talaga sa Amerikano, even if they were massacred. At hindi dati matatalo hanggang ang bakit. May poste. That's Islam. So it must be very made clear to them, this is nothing about religion. We know we are sorry for our forefathers. Ay, ako naman, Magindanawan ang nanay ko. But sorry, but you know, ganito na ang sitwasyon. So you want to kill. So it has been 45 years. So you want to continue another killing for 45 years? Sabi ko kay Season, sir, we've been fighting for almost 50 years. Do you want us to kill each other for another 50 years? Yan lang ba ang ano ko sa kanila? At pumayag siya mag-usap sa Give Dores, Bebot Belio. They're good guys. But I feel that I have this feeling that he would finally agree. Kasi pag-usapan namin kagabi, and if you were listening, wala akong sinabi about arms. Sabi niya, maybe 2 years we can agree. So, sir, the bottom line here is the welfare of the people of this country. No more, no less. Sabi ko sa kanila. So, I will try to work away. So, thank you. Basta ako dito, sir, hanggang kapakanan lang ng bayan. And if you can, perfect ba ninyo? Sabi ko, yes. But the people of the Philippines must be convinced that we have to do away with this unitary type of government. We have to go federal, but that is the barest demand of the MI and MNO. Although Ms. Wari wants to talk independently of the rest, but gusto na nila. We take our chance. Dapat gusto rin natin yan because historically, even the lahat, yung register of this one is the president who dapat bitawan na yung ironclad because this is actually an imperialist theory of government. From the throne in Malacanang, he controls everybody. So ako sabi ko, I will call for a commission next year. And you can be sure, it will be the brightest of the Filipinos. Masiguro, I give you my word, it will be. And if they have that product, we have to choose between a constituent body conversion from one of Congress to a constituent body to amend the Constitution or to call for a constitutional convention. But my God, we'll have to spend billions and billions again. The money is better used for something else. Congress nandyan na may sweet doon na. I will not allow any allowances. Basta sabi ko, you want to be the one? Sige. But you must follow what is recommended by itong commission na ito. I'll appoint all the justices. Justice Panganiban, the Justice Puno, and a host of other brilliant Filipinos on the side. Then, if you can craft, if we can vote a plebiscite towards the end or early the year after, and it will provide for a strong presidency, I'll give you my word, gentlemen, I will step down. I will step down because it will provide for a strong president. Huwag ninyong gamitin yung parliamentary type. You know what happened to Britain? That's a very bad experience. When the double-decker truck was blown in Midtown, hirap sila makakuha ng consensus ka what to do. It was not because kasi pure parliament. The Prime Minister, in case of like war, cannot just by himself. He has to consult the parliament. Mabuti talaga, buhay yung nandyan. Eh kung patay yung iba, they have to have a strong president. Very few powers, but powerful ones. To declare an election, to dissolve a parliament, to be the commander-in-chief of all armed forces. And that will include the police, kasi armas eh, and the CAFGO, and lahat. Basta holding armed forces. And others that will help survive the nation. Ako, out na ako. My term is 6 years. If after the third year, on the third year, I said, I'll give you my word. I will retire. You know, again, my mind is to fix the country. I promise you there will be no corruption. There will be no corruption. Everything will benefit from the government sa taxes. Lahat. Almost a billion sila. Sabihin nila kawawa yung mga drug addicts. I said 9 billion. 1 billion. And I was asking Rolly, I was thinking of releasing another 1 billion. Wala na, yun na talaga. In-scrape ko na. Para lang lahat lang makakain ang tao. I'm just trying to find out a way of how to do it. Kasi kung hindi yung iligay ko sa politiko talagang hindi magagawa. So I was thinking of just also requesting you to open your camps again. And ako ang mag-provide ng pagkain. But do not cook. Delikado kasi yung contamination, yung luto-luto na overnight. You have to prepare the oven because everybody will be eating in that place. Ang problema yung contaminated sa food. So we're better off with just, alam mo sa totoo lang, ang pinaka-price pagkain ng mga lumad, alam niyo kung ano, udong, pati sardinas. Para sa kanila, yun sa ating Bisaya na pansit. Pagpalit og pansit, way lami ang sudan. Doon lang, gano'n lang naman eh. And on sa centers, sa police pati yung mga kampo, yung training center doon. Tignan ko lang, if I cannot do it, I will have to depend on the advice of the economic manager. Si Jokno pati si Finance Secretary pagkapera ng usapan nagsisimangot. Mga ganun. Bigay natin lahat yan. But yan ang isa. That's the last. So wala na tayong pera. Zero balance ako. Pero yan ang kinukuha ko na saan yan. Just to make everybody happy. Ako noon sa bahay, nagpa-party ako. Thousands. At basta Pasko sa bahay ko doon muliit. Nung binaha. Easily about 20,000-30,000. From the other places where I'm thinking of people who are really hard up. Pero sa Davao, ako, every day, may lugaw sa plaza. So kung yung walang sasaan sa makakain talaga. Kasi every day may lugaw kami. Pagka yung iba, it's just a cold run. You buy, lagyan mo lang ng mga manok dyan, o carne norte, tapos ihalo mo sa, at least there's protein and carbo. That's my worry also, yung kawawang tao. At dito may pera man talaga. May party nga kami. Bukas ba yung party namin? You're all invited if you want to. Ano man ulam natin doon? Baka pangit. Hindi niya ako kilala. Hindi ako pwede maraming pagkain, ilagay mo dyan. Kasi even in Malacanang, you ask them. No. Baski sinong bisita ko, it's one viand soup and rice. Baski sino? Si ambasador, sabi ko, yan lang ang makain mo. One soup, one soup. Ba't yan sa bahay ko? Hindi naman ng papukorne. It's not about hypocrisy. It's about the practical common sense that cannot be holding lavish parties. Kung may cater, fine. No problem. Kung sabihin mo ng gasas, nahiya kasi ako sa tao. Totoo lang. And I'm in this kind of, because I've been mayor for 23 years. It's always, I know that we can use, but fortunately it's not our money. So you have to be very careful about. So that's, I hope we'll have a Christmas time. I am talking to the camera. Huwag kayo tanungin nyo muna si Delphine, pati yung matanda ninyong dumaan ng Mindanao. I'm a politician. I have to talk. But, my rift with the United States, huwag kayong do not worry about. I will not sell this Philippines to Russia. And honestly, in fairness to Xi Jinping, and we never talk about military alliance. There were a lot of, noon nga si Delphine nag-usap kami. It's just about aid and trade and commerce. Because wala tayo, we have no corridor there. Naiipit talaga tayo pag binatawan tayo ng Amerika. Delikado. Ang problema sa kanila, I know that most of you went there. As a matter of fact, lahat ng kapatid ko, nag-aral doon, and my daughter is an American. But there are times when they overstep the boundaries of dignity. Yan bang mayroon kang hingiin o hindi mo nagustuhan at bigla ka na lang mag-announce, alam nila. I'm sure alam nila na 4 million. 4 million is no joke. It is a gargantuan problem to solve. Ayan, ang problema, dumating sa panahon po. But when I was mayor, I am operating on a budget that was prepared by my predecessor, which was prepared the other year. And so I'm operating, alam mo naman, walang politika, bottoms up. O di ano nangyari sa bottoms up? I was only left with itong naiiwan na sinisave ko lang. Marginalized talaga kasi hindi ako magsabi, bakit niya patayin? Hindi lagyan na lang niya sa rehab. Wala nga akong rehab puno eh. Mabutit na lang yung in-check na mga ng buhay niya. He went there, built a 10,000 facility. He came to shake hands with me in Malacanang, said, I'll build. After finishing it, he went back to Malacanang, shook my hand, and went away. Walang ka, ano. Kaya kung wala yun, wala akong madalhan. Pero kung ngayon, makilala ninyo, all you have to do is, especially mga bata, involuntary confinement, hindi prison. Just an affidavit. Because nobody can deprive of any person of his liberty. Only the orders of the court. So if the court orders his confinement, hindi dalhin ninyo noon kasi next year may pera na ako. Mag-reserva talaga ako. Sino magagawa na galit ako? Hindi madali magpatay ng tao. But you know, I told everybody there last night, yung mga ambassador, nandoon yung Amerikano, he's Korean. You belittle the 4 million sick and suffering Filipinos in favor of the lives of just, 5,000 son. So, and then you publicly cry for blood itong sa police sa Albuera. Of course, I will believe the police. Even if it is not true, I will believe the police and you, the military guys, kasi magkasama tayo sa gobyerno. Ako yung commander-in-chief. So kung sabihin ko sa inyo ang nangyari, yun na yun para sa akin. Now, if I really wanted to fix the case, the Justice Department is under me. Tingnan ang labas nila. It was a robot. So we face the music. Dalawang commissioner, Brad ko pa. Niyari ko talaga. Hindi ato atin, tao to. Ang public interest says that I should support the police and I should believe them. Now you have a story there, I'll prove it to the court. Kasi anong sabihin ng taga-gobyerno, yun, ano yung trabaho mo, di tatanong ko anong totoo. Anong alang magsususpitsa pa ako sa iyo. And even if it is true, sinabi ko sa mga ambassador, you worry about one son of a bitch, tapos dito 4 million. Saan ang sense of ano mo? Itong 4 million na to, practically those who are already dead because their brain has shrunk, which is the result of constant use of Cebu. I really don't know how many of them are insane. Because if their brains are shrunk, rehab is no longer possible. That's what the Americans told us. Forensics nila. So alam nila ang problema. And you nitpick and reprimand me publicly. Nagninitpick ka, you are trivializing. Minamaliit mo yung problema kung kababayan, tangina ninyo, 4 million. You belittle it with the favor of itong mga ulol na to. Hayaan mo silang mamatay. Yan ang gusto nila. Born din. So bakit ko isakripisyo po? Kasi sabi ko, if it is in accordance to my order to destroy, I did not say conduct a police investigation. Destroy the apparatus. Because if you kill a drug lord, there are plenty of them, and he can take over the structure of that field of operation. You have to destroy to the last man. And that is why I said, if you do that in accordance with law and the performance of duty, sagot ko talaga kayo. The ultimate guy, if there is a guilty guy there, it's me. Hayaan na lang ninyo ako. Maybe I'll rot in prison. So, kung sabihin nila assassinate, sir, then that is part of my destiny. That God destined me to be president. But after 2 years, I'm assassinated or ousted. So be it. That is part of the mandate from God. Gawin kitang presidente ito hanggang ka lang dito. So ganyan ako. I'm so fatalistic about it. So I do not. worry about yung impeach ng Congress, go ahead. But let it not be said, and I'd like to place it, say it to you in front of you. You will never oust me because of corruption. You can never ask for my head because of a fucking malversation. It would really because I love my country, baski ganito lang ako, and I'm desperate to find the ways to end the problem. That's all. Maraming salamat.